High school students and even parents wonder every day, how easy or difficult is it to fit in and grow into yourself as an incoming freshman and college, being that it's your first time off from under the wing. Hi, I'm Equan Moore, and welcome to Petersen and 5, where I'll be taking you into the dorm and spilling the beans of how tough it is for the incoming freshmen to grow into themselves and the difficulty of gaining maturity from living with their peers. Today, I'll be exploring the freshman dorm of Notre Dame College's campus, Petersen Hall, and asking questions on the environment, and it's a great time to ask, being that they are coming to a close of the freshman year. What was the biggest fear you had entering your freshman year?
So my biggest fear entering my freshman year would probably be making sure my grades were good, and also how I would do on the track team, and making sure I turned in all my assignments on time, and that I met my teachers and had a positive relationship with them.
What was the biggest fear you had entering your freshman year?
I would say falling off track, not gaining responsibility, because in high school my grades were not that good. So I, come to college, you feel me, step my game up, get the grades right, so I can finish with this degree.
What was the biggest fear you had entering your freshman year?
I think my biggest fear entering freshman year that I wouldn't find any friends that we kind of had the same common interest. So I was afraid I was going to become a loner and kind of just have to defend on my own and not have friends to back me up. But I think the biggest thing that I found when I got to college was that I had teammates, which is really good. So that's how I kind of found my friend group, and yeah, I think my teammates really helped me out with that.
Was there a sense of freedom once you moved away from home?
Yeah, so obviously there was a sense of freedom. I didn't have my parents' support anymore. I was on my own. So there was nobody looking out for me, and I had to do all my schoolwork, and I had to make sure my grades were good, and then I went to all my track practices on time.
Was there a sense of freedom once you moved away from home?
Oh yeah, there actually was. I think it was actually good because when I was at home, being an only child, I did have a lot of freedoms that a lot of people didn't. So I think I knew how to handle myself being on alone,
Was there a sense of freedom once you moved away from home?
Yeah, pretty much. You don't got your parents pretty much in your back every time you go to school and stuff, and make sure your grades is right. So freedom. I definitely had freedom in college.
How was the bond between you and your roommate established or destroyed?
Okay, so me and my roommate set ground rules at the very beginning to figure out who wanted to come over at what time, and if he wanted to borrow my stuff, and damn, what else should I say, Zoe? That's it.
See, he never hears so.
How was the bond between you and your roommate established or destroyed?
Oh, it was established. We both played football. I know my roommate for 2 years before I came here, so we got a good bond.
Living in the building, did it make it easy to meet others and start friendships?
Yes, living in the building made it pretty easy to find friendships. Not just from my building or my floor. I found friends from other buildings like Providence and Harks and South, and I built bonds with these people for long-lasting friendships.
Living in the building, did it make it easier to meet others and start friendships?
Yeah, I always been a person who made friends easily. Just coming here early during football season before any other students. I get to meet with a lot of the teammates I got. So that was pretty much how I made friends starting out in college, is basically my teammates. And I guess it's always been easy for me to make friends, even when the other students came here. You got classes with them, you see them every day. The campus is not so big. You get to meet a lot of people. So making friends is pretty easy.
What advice would you give to incoming freshmen who live in this dorm after you?
So some advice that I'd give to incoming freshmen would be make sure you stay on top of your stuff. And if you play a sport, go to all your practices on time because there would be nobody helping you. You'll have to do it all by yourself.
What advice would you give to incoming freshmen who live in the dorm after you?
Basically, just stay at top of the game. You feel me? Get your work done. Keep responsibility up because college is nothing but responsibility. It's time management. It's how you manage your time. Like when are you gonna do your homework? When do you got practice? Where are you gonna go to Dwyer and study? It's just stuff like that. So.
Petersen Hall was formerly named Alumni Hall after all of the graduates from Notre Dame College. In 2003, the board of directors renamed the hall after Helen Fousey Petersen, who donated the largest amount of money to the college in all of its years' existence. Formerly occupied by a single-gender first-time student population of the college. The fall semester of 2015, the building broke a barrier as it removed the single-gender residency and became a co-ed dorm, as the student population is growing larger, faster. Here I have a former resident of the dorm, and he was excited to tell about his growth of what living in the building has given to him.
And like the dorm life has really like kind of opened my like vocabulary and my speech and everything like that to just to get out and talk to people more. And now I'm actually an RA, so kind of like talk to people every single day now. It's kind of like a job requirement for me. So living in the dorm life has been like an eye opener because I've just seen a lot of different stuff, a lot of bad stuff, a lot of good stuff, etc. But it's opened like a lot of doors for me and it's opened me up to like meet new people, different cultures, and learning about different cultures and stuff like that. It kind of like opens the community of the entire campus just to like get to know some other people other than their same gender, things like that. It gets a little tough for me because being an RA, because it's like sometimes you girls may not want to go to you for advice or something like that just because it may be a girls type of situation, but that could be the same for like if I was a female RA and I had guys on my floor or something like that. But the dorms being co-ed is kind of like not, I don't think it's really a bad thing. I think it's kind of like a good thing for the campus community to grow just like other colleges are co-ed and stuff like that.
Now that you know a little history and background on the college's freshman life, you should begin your path of lifelong friendships. That's your scoop on Petersen in 5. Peace.